And good evening, I'm Sean Green. This is Sports Tonight. Barbados under-15s were in winner's row last evening as they defeated the Dominica under-15s in an international friendly. Playing at the Wilde AstroTurf, the Bajan boys dished out a thrashing to Dominica 5-1. Barbados under-15 showed intent from the get-go as they were on target early, but the Dominica custodian had it covered. They then tried their luck from a corner, but with no conviction on the shot, the ball landing on top of the net. The Bajan lads kept the pressure on and put on a display of passing in the midfield before Carl Lewis latched onto a cross, heading home from close range in the 16th minute. With the deadlock broken, Barbados upped the ante as another shot came in, but the header goes wide. Barbados taking the first half 1-0 up. In the second half, Dominica began attacking early as this free kick grazed the post, scaring the Bajan keeper for a second. However, they did bring the game back on level terms when Odin Lavelle slotted home clinically in the 43rd minute. Well, Barbados didn't waste any time getting their noses back in front as Rashawn Gittins cut in from the left and got his shot off as the keeper's mistake was to his benefit. Barbados 2-1 up in the 48th. And just 3 minutes later, a burst from the midfield saw Thierry Gale one-on-one with the keeper, and he made no mistake to put Barbados 2 goals up. The score now 3-1. It became 4-1 in the 56th minute when Axel Funk arrived at the right time to thunder one past the keeper's right hand. And to put icing on the cake, goal number 5 came in the dying minutes of the game as Andre Applewhite headed home from the corner to give the Barbados under-15 team the 5-1 victory. Sean Green, CBC Sports.
Yes, that's me. Well, England batters Sarah Taylor and Tammy Beaumont both scored centuries in their victory over the South African women today. This was in the ICC Women's World Cup in England. Now, the pair batted aggressively for a partnership of, get this, 275 to lead the England women to a whopping 373 for 5 in their 50 overs. Now, Beaumont scored 148 to collect her 4th century, while Taylor's 147 was her highest of her 6 centuries that she has so far. Now here are the highlights of the, well, carnage that England women dished out.
That's played away nicely. Just behind Squee on the offside will get her a boundary. She's played that away. She's got it into the gap as well.
Well, there's a chance here. It's gone high in the air. And a well-taken catch.
What another full toss and played away nicely. Oh, it's nicely played. Straight down the ground, over the top of the bowler.
Full and put away nicely. Oh, again, manages to get hold of it. And that will be her 100 as well. Lofted and smacked. It's been a fabulous 100 from Sarah Taylor. Punishing.
Played down the ground, in the air and over. Lovely use of the feet, but it's in the air and caught. Sliced away, in the air. Duprea's underneath it, and that will be the end of Natsova. Looking for the paddle again, it's in the air, and this time around it's caught at fine leg. It's played away in the end, just over the top of Duprea. It's in the air, and it goes straight back towards the bowler. Sliced away over the top, and there'll be another boundary. Last ball's played away, behind Squee on the offside for another boundary. What a finish for England. That's what faces South Africa.
That's what you call a batting clinic. Now, in reply, the South African women put up a valiant fight, but they still fell short by 68 runs, scoring 305 for 9 in their 50 overs. Lizelle Lee top scored with 72, while Laura Valdewart, and the skipper Dane van Niekerk, they scored 67 and 54 respectively. Now for England, Danielle Hazel was a bit expensive, but she picked up 3 for 70 in her 10 overs. Well, defending champions Australia women continued their winning ways when they defeated Pakistan women by 159 runs. Of course, we're still in the same competition. Australia won the toss and elected to bat, and they posted 290 for 8 in their 50 overs. Elsie Perry top scorer with 66, while Elsie Villani and Alisa Healy made 59 and 63 respectively. Now, in reply, the Pakistan women didn't put up a fight as they were bowled out for 131 in their 50 overs. Now, let's take a look at how Australia restricted their opponents.
It's Pakistan against Australia. And it's a wicket straight away. Well, look at the delight on the face. Given. Well, I talked her out there, didn't I? Good heavens.
Commentator's curse.
Pulled hard here by Haynes. Beaten outside the off stump. Is there an edge here? There is. Haynes is gone.
That's a beautiful strike. First 6 of the innings. She's got hold of that enough, and it is 6. Gone for it again, and goes all the way again. Again, Villani going straight for 6 over the top. This is her highest score. It's her second ODI 50.
Oh, straight through her. That's the way to do it. Marina Iqbal beat Villani attempting to cut the ball before it. Perry down the ground, takes a single, throw to the non-striker's end, and she's safe and she's home and she's 50 runs. Oh, straight through her. Sana Mir has done her, all ends up.
Over the top, what a glorious stroke that is. Caught. Well struck, and Sanamir, the captain, taking a very well judged catch. And that's another one. The fielder's underneath it. Up in the air. Now this should be a catch. Oh, not very well taken, but taken nonetheless. That's what counts. He is playing a lot of those. Again up in the air, that'll be safe. And 4.
But a very fine half century for Alyssa Healy.
And that'll be more. And it's gone for 6.
Well, meanwhile, the Indian women are on course for a semi-final spot after they beat Sri Lanka women by 16 runs. Winning the toss and electing to bat, India posted 232 for 8 from their 50 overs. Deepti Sharma top scorer with 78 from 110 balls, while the Indian skipper Mithali Raj continued her fine form. She got 53. In reply, the Sri Lankan women put up a fight but fell short, scoring 216 for 7 in their 50 overs. Delani Manodhara, she top scored with 61. Well, coming up after the break, the new St. Michael champions.
I have diabetes and every decision I make is important. I choose Glucerna to maintain a healthy nutrition. I drink it and recommend it to my patients.
Glucerna with Carb Steady is designed for people with diabetes, helps minimize blood sugar spikes, and it's delicious. Glucerna, your good decision of the day.
You've got to strive and believe you can achieve anything you put your mind to. Go the extra mile with good service. Be positive in your attitude. Rise and fly with the eagles.
My name is Margot Applewhite. I am a school meets assistant here at the Harbour School Meets Center, where we cater for over 8,000 children. I assure that I am productive by going across the board, not sticking only to one area, whether it be cooking, baking, or veg. Let's all be more productive citizens.
And so much to give, and we all live positive. And we would
And we're back to tell you that Martinez Durant and Hadley Hunt are the two winners in the male section of the St. Michael Bodybuilding and Fitness Classic, which took place at the Leicester Bond School. Durant is the king in the bodybuilding section, while Hunt was the best in the physique section. CBC's Anne-Marie Burke reports.
We get started with the tiny tots, 9 and under, where there were 5 competitors. Third place was Shamari Jordan, and he came to work, showing impressive definition in his back and bringing the bell toll before showing his abs. Second was Zarico Redmond Bellamy. He was impressive with his posing and flexed his pecs. He also had some flair for the crowd, and he got through this routine flawlessly to take the silver. But gold went to Amar Gaskin, who's the reigning Mr. Schoolboy Tiny Tots, and he showed why with impressive posing and produced a complete package from leg to abs to shoulders. Gaskin had it all, and so he took it. To the boys 9 and over, where there were only 2 competitors, but it was swept by Kimani Maynard. He proved his worth, showing finesse and flair at the same time, moving through his poses, and was flawless in his execution, as his muscles were defined enough to take the title. To the novice Mr. Physique, and in third place was Fabian Ethery from the Stadium Gym. He was completely defined with big arms and some fine pectorals. He also had the abs on lock, which helped his case. Second went to Thierry Wood, who brought an entire performance to his routine, showing his abs and catching the crowd at the same time to make sure the judges didn't miss anything. And in first was Deano Jones from Portside Fitness Center. He showed why he should be the champion with the defined abs, posing on point. Look at those powerful shoulders. He was the complete package. To the Mr. Novice Bodybuilding category, and although it only contained 2 competitors, the competition was hot. But in the end, the winner was Glenn Holford from the Stadium Gym, and you can see why with his chiseled shoulders and back. He took it easily, as his posing won not only the judges but the crowd over. To the Mr. Physique St. Michael, and third was Sean Springer from the Kraken Gym. Now, he's no stranger to competition, and he had the crowd behind him. He had the style, but also had the goods to back it up. With the defined abs and shoulders, Springer wasn't there to play. However, Mr. Novice Physique St. Michael Jones was back for more, this time for second place. And in first position was Hadley Hoyt, and from the first step he showed it all. He is back. Look at the abs, look at the pecs, look at the shoulders. He was really the star of the show. And to the big boys, Mr. St. Michael. With the number of withdrawals from the category, it left only 2 competitors in this section. So the runner-up went to Roderick Lashley, who's in fine form of recent, showing all his muscles with the various poses. His back, biceps, triceps, and abs were in order, but I'll admit the legs let him down a bit. Unlike the eventual winner, who was nothing but power, bulked up muscles, he was really ripped. His abs were also in full flow, and the legs being a complete masterclass. All hail Mr. St. Michael 2017.
Meanwhile, Shakira Duglin is the new Miss St. Michael Bikini Wellness. Duglin beat out 4 other competitors to raise the crown. Again, Anne-Marie Burt reports.
Girls on the night brought some fierce competition as 5 girls turned out in the category, but in the end only 3 could stand on the podium. In 3rd place was Damara Calendar of Grisette's Primary, and she showed some powerful moves, showing her strong shoulders, which was a big factor in her posing. 2nd went to Shari Brathwaite, and although she's slim, she possessed some detailed muscles and showed her range in posing, taking time going through them and bringing the flair to finish it off. And in 1st was Janai Isaacs of Wilkie Cumberbatch, and she was extremely powerful, really defined, and a cut above the rest. She too took her time through the poses and made sure the judges saw what they needed to. In the 9 and over category, only 2 competitors turned out, but the competition was still fierce. In the end, Chantel Jacobs took the title, who was the tall of the 2, and looked extremely ready for the competition, going through the poses with finesse to walk away with the title. To the adult females now, the novice bikini fitness category, and straight to the action we go. 3rd place was Joanne Maynard, who was in fine form, nice shoulders and defined legs. 2nd went to Patricia Evanson, as she strut her stuff like she was walking on the runway. She also posed like she was in a magazine. Legs for days, and showed the glutes, which were flawless. But then we look at the winner, Vanessa Jones, muscles toned, in impeccable form, and the walk like a true champion. Miss Novice Bikini Fitness, the title is definitely hers. To the Miss Bikini Fitness, she strut her way to 3rd. I speak of Alicia Barnett. She wasn't afraid to show her style, and she had the main attraction. Yes, of course, the gluteus maximus, and nothing could wipe that smile off her face. 2nd went to Jones, who was already a winner for the night as Miss Novice and was back at it in an attempt to do the double, but it was tougher competition unlike before. Despite all that form, Shakira Duglin just could not be matched. No stranger to the podium, she showed why she was a constant figure with the nice defined back, abs, and her posing was immaculate. And she has legs for days, like she stored them at home and only picked them up for the competition. In a class all her own, Shakira Duglin easily walked away as Miss Bikini Fitness St. Michael.
And still to come, St. Leonard's batsmen come good in a desperate situation.
If you've been living in pain and you're tired of trying products that just don't work, you are not alone. Try Omega XL. This natural anti-inflammatory is effective at relieving pain and the symptoms of inflammation. Omega XL is the all-natural anti-inflammatory that has more available omega-3s than regular fish oil. Experience results you can feel. Now available in Jamaica. Visit your local pharmacy or health food store today. Start putting an end to your pain with Omega XL.
I have diabetes, and every decision I make is important. I choose Glucerna to maintain a healthy nutrition. I drink it and recommend it to my patients.
Glucerna with Carb Steady is designed for people with diabetes, helps minimize blood sugar spikes, and it's delicious. Glucerna, your good decision of the day.
Everyone washes dishes, but who ever heard of washing dishes for thousands of dollars? Watch the Beep Rinse and Shine Challenge on CBC TV 8. The teams will race against the clock to outwash each other for $5,000 cash in the Beep Rinse and Shine Challenge. Thursdays at 9:03 p.m. on CBC TV 8.
A half-century by Rivaldo Clark saw St. Leonard's to a draw against Nichols Bacon Combermere in what was expected to be an easy victory for the home team. On the second day of the BCA Under-15 schools competition being played at Waterford today. Now resuming their second innings on 17 for 1, that's 95 runs behind. St. Leonard's batted the entire day, ending on 185 for 8. Clark top scorer with 69 runs. Now for Combermere, Shea Simmons was the pick of the bowlers, taking 4 for 31. Well, CBC's Mark Seal reports on the first session of play.
St. Leonard's at this stage behind by 80 runs and eagerly in search of more runs. Ethan Welch attempting a flick gets the leading edge, and he's caught and bowled by Khalil Clark, so the score is now 32 for 2. Clark, searching for his second wicket, gets the treatment. A slog sweep to the mid-wicket boundary by another Clark, Rivaldo Clark, and that goes for 4. Khalil now into Clark once more with a similar delivery and gets the same result, this time down to the square leg boundary. Trey Riley now into the attack, and he's driven over cover into the boundary by Clark. Riley has better success against a third Clark, Uni Clark, rocking the off stump as he plays down the wrong line to be out for 4. The score now 70 for 3. Rivaldo, just 1 run short of his half century, gets to the milestone in style, pulling Jaden Leacock off the back foot to the long leg boundary for 4. Rivaldo, keeping the pressure on the Combermerians, opened the face above the bat. Well, he tried to open the face, but instead he got the edge. Still though, it runs down to the third man boundary for 4. But Leacock gets the last laugh, trapping Rivaldo in front as he goes LBW for a well-played 67. The score now 98 for 4. Joshua Strawn, the new batsman at the crease, is granted a lifeline, edging the ball through the slips, and it races to the third man boundary. Chase Simmons into the attack. Strawn not so lucky this time, as he too is plumb in front. LBW for 4. It's 110 for 5. Rashad Worrell with a lofty straight drive down the ground. The ball creeps into the boundary for 4. So St. Leonard's holding on at the tea break on 122 for 5. That was a lead of 10 runs. Mark Seal, CBC Sports.
So scores in that match: Combermere 129 for 9, St. Leonard's 17 and 185 for 8. Hey, here's what's happening tomorrow, July 6 in sports. The West Indies men will play the 5th ODI against India at Sabina Park. That bowls off at 10 a.m. Barbados time, while the Windies women will be taking on the New Zealand women at Taunton in the ICC Women's World Cup from 5:30 a.m. Barbados time. The Cooperators General men's basketball semi-finals resume tomorrow from 6 p.m. at the Barbados Community College. It will be the Station Hill Cavaliers up against Orange 3 Pylons in the first game, while at 8 it will be the Barbados Lumber Company LSC against Urban Vibes St. John Sonics. And over at the Wildy AstroTurf, the Barbados Under-15s will start their 2-game international football friendly against St. Lucia starting at 6:30 p.m. Well, that's our midweek package in sports. Hey, join us again tomorrow night for another night of sports. I'm Sean Green. Good night.